Now on 18 Eyewitness News.
Mineral Area College sees a slight drop in enrollment. 2 area manslaughter cases move through the justice system, plus some weekend events that will bring fun and education together. All of these stories coming up.
Showers and thunderstorms likely this evening. Some of those could be on the strong to severe side, but some sunshine's on the way for southeast Missouri. I'll let you know all about that coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
Coverage you can count on. This is 18 Eyewitness News.
Hello everybody, and thanks for joining us. I'm Fred Dawkins, and here are the stories that we're working on for you at this hour. Mineral Area College is reflecting a statewide trend with slight reductions in enrollment this fall compared to last year. President Stephen Kurtz tells 18 Eyewitness News that the college has experienced about a 5% reduction in enrollment. Still, there are some bright spots.
We had some trends from our outreach centers that were a little bit above last year, and then we have quite a few more high school students enrolled in our dual credit classes compared to this time last year. Even though we're down a little bit, overall enrollment is still strong. It's our second highest enrollment ever in history of the college.
Now, Dr. Kurtz tells us that the economy is the biggest factor impacting enrollment at MAC.
Typically, when the economy isn't well, then enrollment tends to skyrocket at community colleges, and even though you haven't really seen it too much when the economy is improving, although we have a long way to go, enrollment tends to drop at community colleges as well as all of our higher education institutions across the state.
There's 3,775 students enrolled at MAC this fall compared to 4,065 last fall. Well, now Dustin Kopp has a look at our first forecast. Dustin, what's the weather going to be like?
Good evening, Fred. Good evening, everybody. We're starting to see those showers and thunderstorms develop here in southeast Missouri this evening. Some of those could be on the severe side. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. Looking at current conditions throughout the area, we have temperatures in the 60s right now, except for Poplar Bluff at 70 degrees. Close to that, 69 in Cape Girardeau. And then 64 in Festus, 65 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown right now at 66, as well as in Ironton and Ellington. Going through the evening hours, as I said, thunderstorms will be in the area. By 7 p.m., we'll see a temperature around 60 degrees, 56 by 9, and starting to clear out by midnight. We'll see a temperature around 51. I'll let you know what to expect for the rest of the evening and also for tomorrow, plus your weekend forecast. All those details coming up later in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
This past April, we first reported vandalism in the Piedmont parks. Police Chief Richard Sanders tells 18 Eyewitness News that the problem now has spread around the city.
About a week ago, had some vandalism at our local Clearwater school. They did some graffiti painting and turned over a dumpster, and then they also hit a business here in the middle of town called Turnbow Building Supply.
Chief Sanders says authorities suspect juveniles are responsible. However, they don't realize the time, the effort, and the money it takes to clean up their mess.
You know, it costs the business owner the time and labor to get the graffiti off of his building walls, and then of course the school had to pick up trash, turn the dumpster back up, and also get their walls cleaned. And yes, it's not only property damage, but it takes hours of work to get that fixed back, and if you know, we can hopefully catch who these are and get them charged.
Chief Sanders says depending on the damage that the vandals caused, they could face felony charges. A Bonne Terre man will be arraigned on manslaughter and assault charges in a Washington County courtroom next month. 22-year-old Nathaniel Roberts waived his preliminary hearing last week and was bound over to circuit court. Now, according to the Missouri Highway Patrol, last August 7th, Roberts was speeding eastbound on Route CC about 2 miles east of Cannon Mines Road just before 4 in the morning. When he lost control of his truck, the vehicle overturned, ejecting 3 of the occupants. 18-year-old Dustin Goforth and 20-year-old Christopher Wise died from injuries resulting from the accident, while 2 other passengers were seriously injured. Roberts will be arraigned on first-degree involuntary manslaughter and second-degree assault charges by Circuit Court Judge Kenneth Pratt November 19th. A Poplar Bluff woman has a February trial date on charges of involuntary manslaughter involving a DWI accident. 25-year-old Christine Aldridge is accused of being legally drunk when she ran through a stop sign, skid through an intersection, and went off the road and into the Black River in Poplar Bluff this past April. Now, while she was rescued from the submerged car, her 2 passengers died inside that vehicle. Aldridge's trial is set for February 21st in Ripley County before Circuit Court Judge Michael Pritchett. And when we come back on 18 Eyewitness News, we'll have some great ideas for family fun and even a little bit of education this weekend. That story coming up only on 18 Eyewitness News.
When you're looking for quality home furnishings, appliances, and more, look no further than Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Heartland Furniture and Appliance offers great low prices every day with 90 days same as cash. Easy payment plans to fit your budget, no hassle leasing, and great customer service. With 3 locations to better serve you, the customers, in Donovan, Dexter, and Piedmont on both sides of Main Street. Heartland Furniture and Appliance. Call 223-3200.
Let it wash you this morning. Oh, the blood of Jesus shed for me. What a sacrifice that saved my life. With the blood, it is my victory.
Take control of your future by enrolling at the Unitech Career Center. Discover a new career with Unitech's nursing programs or the opportunities with Unitech's sheet metal fabricating program, or turn your hobby into a career with Unitech's power sports equipment program. From electrical trades to automotive technology programs, the first step to a well-paying future starts at the Unitech Career Center, Raider Road in Bonne Terre. For adult information, call 358-3011. For high school information, call 358-2271.
You're watching 18 Eyewitness News with Fred Dawkins and Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp. 18 Eyewitness News continues.
The Missouri Mines State Historic Site will host their annual Fall Rocks event this Saturday. Administrator Art Hebrink says the goal of the event is to provide an evening of fun and education.
And it's kind of a fun, hands-on educational event that features geology, rocks and minerals, mineral resources, and mining.
Hebrink says the activities are aimed at elementary and intermediate school-age children.
Like we have a hard hat decorating activity for little kids where they have toy hard hats and they put safety stickers on them and decorate the hats all up. There's a cookie mining activity where you actually try to mine chocolate chips out of a cookie and you learn some of the general aspects of mining, and then of course you get to eat the cookie when it's all over with.
There will be a number of safety demonstrations as well as prizes provided by the Doe Run Company. Fall Rocks is Saturday evening from 5 until 8 at the Mines Historic Site just off Highway 32 in Park Hills. Well, one of the highlights of this year's Arcadia Valley Mountain Music Festival will be the presentation of Civil War music and art Sunday afternoon. The event is sponsored by the Mineral Area Council on the Arts. Director Roxanne Cummings tells 18 Eyewitness News that the local Sons of Union veterans will demonstrate a number of arts and crafts from that time.
This year we're going to have quilting, loom weaving, a spinning wheel. We'll have a demonstration of the clothing and toys of the area, both military and the seamstresses, the women at home. Demonstration of sock weaving, which was a very big deal in the Civil War.
Roxanne says one of the musical groups is made up of young people, the Pilot Knob Mountain Boys.
And so they're getting quite a buzz around the state as we go into the sesquicentennial of the Civil War.
The afternoon of Civil War music and art takes place Sunday from noon until 4 on the Courthouse Square in Ironton. A Dexter woman accused of financially exploiting an elderly individual faces a Thursday arraignment. 28-year-old Tricia Hall was arrested last Thursday. According to court papers, Hall obtained 6 blank signed checks under the pretense that they would be used only for paying utility bills. The checks total $330. She'll be arraigned on 6 felony counts of financial exploitation of the elderly before Associate Judge Joe Satterfield. Well, still to come on 18 Eyewitness News, the growing influence of video games in medicine. We'll show you how athletic trainers are now using them to track concussions. Next in Your Health.
After the showers, thunderstorms move out of here. We're going to see clear skies for your Thursday. I'll let you know all the details on that coming up in your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
When someone comes in a Mineral Area's emergency department, our focus is giving them the best treatment in the quickest manner possible. We track every single patient, sending the doctors information before they even walk in the room. We have dedicated X-ray and CT equipment in our emergency department. We don't have to waste any time running all over the hospital. We know that minutes count in an emergency, and you can count on ER Plus at Mineral Area Regional Medical Center.
Now, here's your Storm Tracker 18 weather forecast with Chief Weathercaster Dustin Kopp.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at weather headlines throughout southeast Missouri. We're going to continue to see those showers and thunderstorms this evening. Some of those could be on the strong to severe side. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 8 p.m., clearing out by tomorrow morning. And it looks like plenty of sunshine for tomorrow, but clouds start to increase once again for tomorrow evening, and the cooler air sticks around. Currently here at southeast Missouri, the 6 o'clock numbers looking like this: 64 in Festus, 65 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown and Ironton 66, 69 in Cape Girardeau, 67 in Piedmont, 66 in Van Buren, and 70 right now in Poplar Bluff. Currently, we do have some thunderstorms out there, and 63 degrees here at the studio. Feels like 63 out there. Current dew point 56, 77% humidity, west-southwest wind at 14 miles per hour. Going through the day tomorrow, we will see plenty of sunshine throughout southeast Missouri. This weather system off to our east is what we saw this evening and late tonight into early morning hours. It'll scoot out of here, giving us plenty of sunshine. Showers and thunderstorms likely this evening. Some of those could be on the strong to severe side. 41 for your overnight low, 41 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown, 40, 42 in Ironton and Piedmont, 44 in Poplar Bluff. Then for tomorrow, 62 for your daytime high, plenty of sunshine, west wind 5 to 10, 61 in St. Genevieve, Fredericktown 62, 64 in Van Buren, and 66 down in Poplar Bluff. The next several days are looking like this throughout southeast Missouri. On Friday, cloudy skies, 60 degrees for your daytime high. Saturday and Sunday, not bad. Plenty of sunshine, 66 on Saturday. Sunday, 77, 76 on Monday. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're back in the 70s and plenty of sunshine. Low 70s, that is. And then on our weekend forecast, once again, mostly sunny on Saturday. High of 66, low of 51. Much warmer on Sunday with a high of 77 and partly sunny. That's check out your Storm Tracker weather forecast. More details located at KDKZ18.com. Just click on the weather tab. Fred, back to you.
On the average, someone suffers a concussion about every 25 seconds in this country, and because symptoms can vary widely, knowing exactly when a patient is ready to get back in the game can be tricky. But now athletic trainers are taking a new approach to charting a patient's progress. They're asking them to play video games. With details, here's Clark Powell.
After missing several weeks because of a head injury, Anthony Flowers is finally back in the game. And while he doesn't remember the kick to the head that sidelined him, he says he'll never forget the feeling of his first concussion.
I had a headache. I was nauseous for a little bit, really slow. It kind of took me a while to get used to kind of moving again.
Before being allowed to return to normal activities, concussion patients like Anthony are put through a battery of tests in which trainers look for errors in everything from eye exams to balance tests. Although with current methods, there can be drawbacks.
It's very subjective in how you measure the errors, and it also might have some differences between testers.
So in an effort to make concussion tests more consistent, trainers are turning to video games. At the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, researchers are using things like yoga games to analyze balance and even social media themed games to chart mental progress.
We're trying to make the process of recovery a little bit more engaging for patients and also make their data, their information, their outcomes a little more transparent to them.
OSU sports medicine experts say there are more expensive and complex machines for testing a patient's progress, but studies show games may be just as reliable. Not only are the results consistent, but athletes often relish the challenge.
And so it's become very competitive and they enjoy it versus saying, oh, this is just another concussion test that I have to take. And so they've been very, very respectful of the tool.
A tool that's easy to find and is not only portable, but affordable as well. At Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center, this is Clark Powell reporting.
Trainers at Ohio State are teaming up with the University of Maryland to test the balance of athletes using the Wii game. It's been used as a rehabilitation tool for other diseases, but it's the first time it's being used to chart the progress of patients with concussions. Coming up in today's Your Life segment on 18 Eyewitness News, help for those who find themselves parenting alone. That's coming up on Focus on the Family.
I'm Stacey Johnson. Why do so many rich people keep their money offshore? We're going to find out just ahead on Money Talks News.
Your health is brought to you by Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy of Deloge. We're caring for you and about you is our business. From taking time to explain your medication, offering a caring touch, to a full line of medical equipment, supplies, and diabetic shoes. We'll help you understand your options and assist you with Medicare drug plan enrollment with a comfortable waiting area, convenient drive-through or free delivery. Caring for our neighbors is our business. Your locally owned Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy just off of Highway 67 at the Deloge exit. When you're recovering from a traumatic injury, the last thing you need is an unexpected bill. Because most health insurers pay only a part of air transport, Archair Medical has a solution, the Omni Advantage program. For a membership fee of $49 per year, Omni Advantage guarantees you and other covered family members will not have to pay anything that your health insurer doesn't provide. In an extraordinary emergency, the last thing you need to worry about is cost. Contact Archair Medical or visit them on the web to discover all the advantages of Omni Advantage.
Solo parenting is not a road most people choose. It can be extremely difficult, but as Dr. Bill Meyer reminds us today, there is light at the end of the even most challenging tunnel.
It was kind of a shock. I really didn't have a lot of support from family here because most of my family lives away.
If you've gone through the trauma of divorce or perhaps being widowed, you know what Janice is talking about.
I have 3 children. So the first panic is, what do you do about finances?
Yeah, it's a rat race.
Those first days, weeks, and months of single parenting can be overwhelming.
You have to kind of put the pieces back together. Self-esteem is an issue because you don't feel very good about yourself.
I have a meeting at 1 o'clock.
My hardest times were just being in the grocery store and seeing the normal families and think that, you know, there's a reason for all of this, and but still feeling lonely.
There are going to be some things that a person will need some help with. 2 things that are most necessary are acceptance and support.
Acceptance means we don't abandon the newly single parent, even if we were friends with both spouses before. And support in recognizing that they're going to need some practical help.
Just bringing over a hot meal once in a while on a spur of a moment when you know they've had a rough day, or offering to take some childcare. That's probably the biggest thing.
Solid and dependable emotional support is crucial in getting your life back on track. Janice put together her own single moms group.
Quite a few of us have stayed together and have supported each other at 3 o'clock in the morning when you kind of don't know what to do and you're feeling down. So those friendships and having the ability to talk through those things, because then you don't think you're losing your mind.
And eventually, things do get better.
I know that I can financially support myself. My memories now are positive memories, not as painful as they've been, so time really does heal.
All of which sets an excellent example for your kids.
They're seeing somebody who is really doing a strong and commendable job. And so that, I think, is something which then builds into them those qualities as they move into their adult years.
For Focus on the Family, I'm Dr. Bill Meyer.
For more valuable information on life's issues, relationships, and family, please visit our website, KDKZ18.com, and click on the Focus on the Family link. When you hear the words offshore investing, do you really know what it is and why people do it? Money expert Stacy Johnson has the answers.
Everyone understands the appeal of an offshore vacation, but why would anyone want to stay home and then leave their money offshore? You've seen stories about Mitt Romney's offshore accounts. Nothing illegal about it. Americans, especially the super rich, sometimes park their money in places like the Cayman Islands, Switzerland, and Bermuda. But why? What do they gain from offshore investing?
Protection of assets, or money, protection of their money from litigation in the United States.
So some people are keeping money offshore to keep it safe from lawsuits. Another thing they might do is set up foreign companies so they pay less corporate taxes here.
When that corporation does so, it can avoid for a period of time paying U.S. tax until the money actually comes into the U.S. corporation.
There you have it. You keep money offshore to protect it and maybe defer income taxes. So why don't we all do this?
The cost of setting up the corporations and operating is something that prevents most small businesses from being able to afford to do it financially.
So now we've learned three things. We've learned why rich people keep money offshore, so they might be able to avoid some income taxes and keep their money safer. We've also learned why you can't, because it's too expensive. And we've also learned another way the rich get richer. Want to learn more about offshore investing? Just go to MoneyTalksNews.com and do a search for offshore. For Money Talks News, I'm Stacy Johnson.
And as Stacy said, he's got more information and links at his website. To get there, just go to our website, KDKZ18.com. Click on the Money Talks link under the Lifestyles menu.
And coming up in sports, how a deadline trade changed St. Louis's bullpen from a liability to a strength. A Cardinal Hall of Famer is offering memorabilia at an auction next month, and Blues coach Ken Hitchcock is staying busy during the lockout.
Attention, Accutane warning. If you have Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or inflammatory bowel disease, it may have been caused by the acne drug Accutane. Accutane victims have recently been awarded millions of dollars. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim.
Call the Rely On Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney. There is absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful.
Call the Rely On Group at 800-698-3105.
If you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, call now to get the new talking meter. These new meters are more accurate, they're easier to use, and the best news is you don't have to prick your fingers anymore. Arriva makes it simple. They bill Medicare directly. There are no upfront costs, and they deliver your supplies right to your door for free.
For more information, call 1.
This is Sports Zone, only on 18 Eyewitness News.
The move seemed underwhelming at the time, but the Cardinals' acquisition of reliever Edward Mujica at the trade deadline turned out to be the turning point when the club's bullpen went from a liability to a strength. Mujica, acquired on July 31st from the Miami Marlins, began his tenure in St. Louis with 18 straight scoreless appearances and settled into the seventh inning setup role. Mujica credits that consistency in usage as well as his manager's belief in him as reasons behind his success as a St. Louis Cardinal. St. Louis's finest infielder is giving you a chance to own some significant Cardinal memorabilia. Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith is planning to auction his 13 gold gloves and a pair of World Series rings he received in the St. Louis Cardinals' retirement. SCP Auctions announced on Tuesday that bidding for the online sale will start November 14th and end the 1st of December. SCP said Smith decided on the auction, which also includes 11 All-Star Game rings, as a part of his estate planning. And what's a coach to do to stay busy when his players are locked out? Well, Blues head coach Ken Hitchcock is coaching other coaches. The reigning Jack Adams Award winner, as the NHL's Coach of the Year, is conducting free coaches clinics this week for St. Louis area youth hockey coaches. The topics include how to coach today's players and focus on special teams, defensive strategy, and goaltending. That's Today in Sports. Fred and Dustin, it's back to you.
Thanks a lot, Aaron. Let's take a quick check of that forecast once again throughout southeast Missouri. After we get all these showers and thunderstorms out this evening, we'll see a high around 62 tomorrow and sunny skies. Mostly sunny, though, on Friday, high around 60. 66 and partly to mostly sunny on Saturday, and then partly sunny skies. 77 on Sunday. We're continuing to be in the 70s for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. Temperatures not too bad, and we'll also see plenty of sunshine. The news doesn't stop here. Just go to our website, KDKZ18.com, for your latest news, weather, and sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Hope you have a good evening. News Watch is next. We'll see you tonight right here on 18 Eyewitness News at 10 p.m.
Do you see news happening in your neighborhood? Email us at news@kdkz.tv.
Here's what's coming up tonight on KDKZ 18.